Happy Friday. So today I'm going to go over my story of the mark on my face. And maybe you've been following my channel and you've seen some of the shorts that I've been doing. So I want to explain the story about that. So those shorts were basically going over like my experiences with Vbeam. Vbeam is a vascular laser, and what it does is it targets blood vessels and redness. And I thought that the shorts would be helpful because I know before I started doing Vbeam, there was not a lot on the actual, day-to-day recovery from the procedure. And I just thought that that would be helpful because that's kind of part of my channel, is to do things that I feel like people could benefit from that there isn't a lot of information on. So people would show like, this is right after Vbeam, and then and then that's it. So I kind of went through the day to day. So just to give background, right now I have cover up on my face, but I have videos in my previous videos, and I'll try to, I'm challenged a little bit, but I will try to put in pictures or possibly videos of what the spot on my face looks like. So basically the story is a few years ago, I got treated with Effudex, which is 5-fluorouracil, and that is used to treat like actinic keratoses and some skin cancers. And so what you do is you put the cream on the area for 2 to 3 weeks per your dermatologist, and if the cream is working, then the underlying skin will become scabbed and red, and then that's actually treating the damaged skin. So it's a way to almost diagnose a precancerous or cancerous lesion, because normal skin will not react to the Effudex, the 5-fluorouracil. So my dermatologist did not give me lots of instructions on what to expect and how long to continue it. So I continued it as she first directed me. I didn't have any follow-up, but as she first directed me, I continued it until, I think she said 3 weeks every day. And I did get a response from it. And then I waited and waited, and my skin just continued to be red in the area that I applied it. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to give a little bit of time. Like, I know the redness may last. And then, I went to my mom's dermatologist, and he always kind of, talks to me about things as well. And he's like, well, what is this red spot that's on your face? And I was like, well, telling him the story. And he's like, this really shouldn't still be this way. And at this point, it had been like 6 months. He's like, it really shouldn't be this way. He's like, why don't you try a steroid for a few days, and that should calm it down. It should be okay, because you really need to be careful. In my turtle. He shed another part of his shell since yesterday when I cleaned his tank. So I was just distracted. So he's like, this really shouldn't, still be going on, but let's do steroids, just a topical steroid. Again, it shouldn't really use that for your face, but let's do that for just 3 days, and then that should take care of it. So I started a steroid, and like when I first put it on, it helped. Like the first dose helped, and then it got extremely, extremely red. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna, this is an anti-inflammatory. I'm not gonna continue this. So I maybe continued it a few more doses, and then I stopped it. Then I have by the way, I have all the creams I've tried all down here. So let's just try to go through them in order. So then we thought maybe because it was like circular in nature, and it was also like scaly and flaky. So then we tried Ketoconazole, just thinking maybe it's like a little bit of a fungal infection from the damaged skin. Tried that. It was, I would say, definitely not worse, because I would have stopped it. Tried that for, I don't know. I think I tried all these things for maybe a month, gave it a month, and it didn't get any better. I also tried at some point, I don't even remember, this is like athlete's foot, another antifungal, tried that, didn't get any better, but also didn't get any worse. And then I'm trying to think of so then I did a follow-up actually with his PA. I did a follow-up with his PA, and the PA gave me Rhofade. So Rhofade is, what it does is it constricts the blood vessels right away. It constricts the blood vessels, so automatically any kind of redness it should constrict and it should get better. This did not even work for me. It actually made it worse. So that was challenging because, you know, we're just like, these are blood vessels. And so why are they getting worse when you're putting on something that's constricting it? I saw that it had lanolin in it. So then that could be, because sometimes I am a little bit sensitive to lanolin. And since the skin was a little bit broken, that could be why. Let me see, what else did I try? Okay. On my own, I tried Soolantra. On my own, I tried azelaic acid because I do have rosacea, as you know. And so, as you can also see, I use this every day. So I use it for the rest of my face. And I would say it helped a little bit. Then I'm like, you know, I read that Soolantra helps a little bit more with redness overall than azelaic acid. Tried this for a month. Didn't get any better. Didn't get any worse. Then I got a second opinion from a laser specialist, and he was like, I don't even know what we're treating. We should probably get a biopsy because it makes me nervous to try lasers on something that I don't know what it is. I did a video on part of that whole process, but I will discuss it in this video as well. And he's like, well, maybe you have maybe it's eczema. Maybe it's not like blood vessels. Maybe it's just eczema. So we tried Opzelura. This same thing, like not better, not worse. So tried that. And again, all of these I've given like a month. And then, yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna go over Eucrisa. That's also for eczema, but the Opzelura is one that I am possibly gonna go back to and try. So then I went to another laser specialist just because I figured, you know, he was the one that had treated, or he's not really a laser specialist, but he treats skin cancers. He's a Mohs surgeon. That's his primary thing that he does. And he's like, yeah, I've never seen this happen. All of them were like, I've never seen this happen from Opzelura for so long, having this side effect. And so he's like, I really do want to do a biopsy because I want to make sure that it's not like another kind of cancer that maybe wasn't treated by the 5FU, and then, you know, we're missing a cancer here, you know, with the skin. So that, and then he also thought maybe a fungus, even though I did tell him that things, you know, other things didn't get better, but he thought maybe a fungus. And then he also thought maybe lupus. So I waited to get the skin biopsy. Oh, that's right. I have shorts on skin biopsies on the face too, because I was so afraid to get a skin biopsy on my face for so long. Because again, nothing was on YouTube, like showing, you know, what a skin biopsy. I mean, I had had skin biopsies on the rest of my body, but I'd never had it on my face. And I was so afraid to get it on my face. And long story short, it's nothing. I mean, there's like, you know, it doesn't hurt. It's not, you know, you have this huge bandage, which doesn't look great, but it healed without any problems, which is shocking. So I was so glad that I did that. And then it came back pretty much inconclusive, just blood vessels. And then he figured that, you know, this horrible reaction that I'm having is probably due to my Ehlers Danlos. It's just a fluke of a reaction. So he's like, let's try doing Vbeam. So I spent I think I did 10 sessions of Vbeam every 3 weeks. I think it was 10 that I did until they got to a dose that they were comfortable with. And the dose that they were comfortable with was basically the dose that they would have started on just like a normal patient. So they were being really careful before they actually did like a therapeutic dose, I should say. And then that's when I started filming the videos to show what the Vbeam showed after every single treatment. I would go for 3 weeks. It did get better slightly. And when I just went to the dermatologist for the eighth one, so it would have been my 9th one. So I went to the dermatologist after the 8th. We're just like, it's kind of at a standstill right now. It's not even that much better. And so we decided that we're just gonna like let it be for a little bit and then see what happens. So overall, that's where I am now. Let it be, see what happens. He also prescribed me Mirvaso, which is similar to Rhofade. It just vasoconstricts. But, you know, what makes me nervous about these things is that they vasoconstrict, and then you could have rebound vasodilation, which means that the redness could get much worse. I tried it just one night. It helped, and I didn't have any rebound. So But again, it's not something that's like something that you can use just to treat it every day. It's like if you have a special event, then you're going to use it or whatever. So I did like the Mirvaso better than the Rhofade. But right now, I'm kind of at the point where I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to just leave it alone, or I don't know, maybe to just try something else for 4 to 6 weeks. And that way, when I go to see them, maybe do something topical. So that's where I am. So I will keep everyone posted, but I kind of wanted to let you know. And also, as this video, just to share my experience, because I also find that even though the dermatologist that I went to see, they haven't, they say that they haven't seen it as much, but then I'm on some Facebook like support groups, and a lot of people do sound like they have it, but because I have such fair skin, it just shows up so dramatically on my face. So it is pretty distressing. And I also just wanted to share this video to let anyone know that's going through this, that you're not alone, and that also to see if there's anything else that people can recommend out there. I did try a zinc cream, I think it's called like butt paste or something, and it's zinc. And I do find that that is a little bit helpful. But in my mind, I'm like, is anything topical going to be as good as a laser? And then if I've like failed laser, now what do I do? So I don't want to make things worse, and I kind of just want to wait, but then I also want to try something. So I'm at that point where I'm I'm just experimenting because I have nothing to lose, to be honest. So thanks so much for watching, and I will try to, this video might take a little bit longer to actually put out, because I do want to try to like put in some pictures so that you don't have to refer back to my shorts. But be patient, and thank you so much for watching, and see you next week.